Hello guys and welcome back to a series where I try out all the low string accessories on all possible classes in the game. I am still learning some of these classes from scratch, for example the MAGIBLADE, so this will take a little bit longer than I expected to. So in this video we're going to be going through the MAGIBLADE and I'm going to be trying out all these sets and then we're going to see what is the better option. Now for MAGIBLADE as well, just like the Berserk, I had to learn this class from scratch, so I've been messing around for quite a while. So if you're a MAGIBLADE and you're watching this, I will not be using any blinding silhouette, so I'm not going to be doing this build that uses blinding silhouette. It's really stressful to play with these skills, so I'm not really going to be doing it. And then there's a level 5 skill here for Aeroblade. Personally I don't like charging skills, so I'm going to give up that as well. I'm just going to replace it with a quick upward slash just to fill up the slots. So after refining my rotation and stuff, this is the build I ended up with. Again, this is not a rotation video, it's just purely damage testing. And I find like having the setup like this gives me the most consistent results at the end of every pass. So this is what we're going to be going with. When it comes to pet, I will be using the Gentleman Fancy for across all testing just because it's really good pet. And I really want most of these sets to work at their optimal, as optimal as you can possibly get it. And Gentleman Fancy kind of helps with that. The next big one is the gear. Now for gear, MAGIBLADE is one of the classes that just really goes for full cavalry, but I didn't want to do full cavalry because I think I might mess up activations of this high frequency damage, and the results were kind of varying a little bit, so I decided to like just give up the cavalry set. I also don't want to do the class set because that really leans more into the blinding silhouette, so I just decided to mix and match so that I don't have any piece that is there's no red set and no class set as well, just for pure damage testing without any variations at that. So this is the build I will be going for, and this is how we are going to be test this out. Another thing I did not show on the Berserker video that will be the same for all videos after this one is the insignias. I don't really equip any insignias on the accessories, because that means I'll have to equip the same on each, because once you swap out a necklace, the insignia does not swap, and it's a lot of work swapping them out. So if you look at the for Berserk as well, it's the exact same. I just have insignia on the weapon and the armors just to like pump up the damage a little bit higher so that people can see higher numbers. People like higher numbers, but for necklace, all the accessories will all be empty. And then the next thing, when it comes to things like calibration, I've managed to, I don't really care so much about the armors, but for accessories they all should be at 100, so I've managed to do that, and those will be our testing parameters, so we're just gonna go straight into it. So for the first test, it'll just be the 5-piece set for the class, so the MAGIBLADE class. That's what we're gonna start with. Find our baseline there, and then we're gonna start swapping into this and see how well they fare against each other. So let's quickly go. $271 for the first one. $276. That was a little higher. $271 again. Ooh. $275. So we're gonna record that for the class set. We did pick a 276 mil. So what we're gonna do right now is we're gonna quickly swap out from the class set, and then we are gonna go straight into one of these sets. Let's start out with an Annihilation this time. Let's do. Oh, I keep swapping out the seal. I don't know why. This seal really looks like Annihilation. Okay, so it should be 3-piece. 3-piece Annihilation set here should work on its own. I don't have to change any of the rotation. So let's quickly go with this and see how well this one does. 365 for the first one. 385. 377. 373. 381. So we're gonna record that we got a pick of 385 for the Annihilation set. So let's quickly swap out of that, and we are gonna go for the next one. Let's try out Famine, and there's a little bit I need to talk about Famine at the end, so let's just quickly test it out and then we're gonna see. So unlike the others, I am going to make sure I don't start with my ultimate, so I'm gonna do 1 twice and then 2 twice. That will be 4 skills. After the 4 skills, I'm gonna pet, I'm gonna resonance, and then I'm gonna ulti. And then I'm gonna do the burst because I'm gonna get some crit damage from the finisher using the Famine set. So let's see how well we do with that. So let's go. $352. Ooh, that did a lot. That actually did a lot. That is weird. I mean, MAGIBLADE does like CDR though, so there is that. So 352. Remember, we have already been calculated for the remaining of the damage. So let's do another one. 346. 337, so a little bit lower. 351. So it looks like I can't go higher than 352. So we're gonna record our pick as 352, and that is for the Famine set. Now this is the big thing about the Famine set that we kind of overlooked as a whole community, or probably I kind of misled you all. So if you look at the Famine set, so what we were used to do, let's use this number for example. So 352 mil. What we used to calculate is the missing 16% damage bonus, right? So we would multiply this by 1.16 to simulate that extra 16% damage, and this would get us to 408. Now this is the thing, this is actually wrong. It's a little bit higher, but it's not that higher, but it's still wrong. Now the idea is this 16% damage we are calculating from the total of 352, but keep in mind this 352 million already includes the 8% damage bonus from yourself, meaning the mathematics is a little bit wrong because we are getting a little bit more damage than it's supposed to, but the real mathematics will look something like this. So 352 mil, which is what we got right now. Keep in mind this 352 million includes the 8% damage bonus. So what we're going to do is we're going to multiply this one first with 0.92 to minus the 8% damage bonus first to get the real pass. So the real pass will be 323 million. And then now using this 322 million, we're going to multiply this one with the full Famine set bonus, which is 1.24. Because now you're getting a 24% damage bonus fully. So we are going to remove the 8% first to get the real number that we're going to be using, and then we multiply that one to get the full damage, which is now 401 damage instead of 408 million damage, right? So that is the mathematics. That's the correct mathematics so far. Shout out to the guy who found this out and told me in the comment section below. I've forgotten the name, but you know who you are. So this is what we're going to be using as calculation from now on. So for Famine set, we're going to record this as 401,101.5 mil. So shout out for the guy who saw this. So for all of the testings, we are going to be minusing around that. It's not that big of a deal because it's only like 7 million damage. But yeah, it's a correction on the mathematics for that when we are testing out the Famine set. So for the Famine set, 401 million is what we're going to be recording as our pick. Okay, with that being said, let's quickly go into the next set, and that is the Filth set. This one is already much different than a Berserker, so it's probably a good idea I did this class by class because it looks like several classes kind of interact with these sets very differently. So we're going to test out now Filth. So let me swap into Filth. And then now we're going to test out this set. We haven't even touched the talismans yet and the seal. Ooh. I'm gonna be here for a while. So let's go to Filth and then see how well Filth does. Filth also works on its own, so I don't need to change rotation at all. So I'm just gonna reset and then start it. $386. 416 on that one. 414. 11. So I think we're gonna say for Filth we did pick at 416 as our pick result for that one. 416 mil. Now for the first round of testing, I think Filth is doing really good, but also Famine is very close to it. But in a longer fight, I do feel like Filth will edge a little bit ahead, just because it's so consistent damage and it's actually very high consistent damage. which is something kind of MAGIBLADE really does like really well. So let's just start combining them with the seals and then see how interesting things can get. Now with these sets, Famine now with MAGIBLADE is a little bit awkward because all of these accessories actually do really high damage. So we got like 416 with the Filth, then we got like 401 with the Famine, and then 385 with the Annihilation. So I don't want to just like test out only the Filth. So I'll have to do 2 tests, like so Filth and Famine, and then just maybe a small one with Annihilation. I don't think Annihilation is better than the 2, right? So it will be, the choice for you will be Famine or Filth. So we're gonna do those 2 tests here. But for now, let's swap out. Let's start with the Filth. It's going to be really quick because otherwise the video is gonna be way too long. So I am just going to show just a couple. So we're gonna do, let's do this. Let's do Filth and then Warmonger, and then Filth and then Fate, right? And then Filth and then Apocalypse. And then we're gonna swap out Filth for Famine and then repeat those tests. And then maybe just Annihilation and repeat the test as well. Though I'm not gonna focus so much on the Annihilation set. It's going to be Filth or Famine for this one. So let's just start with the Warmonger and then see how well this one does. Now for Warmonger, I don't really have to do anything. It just requires the pet, and I can like have this stigmata 100% of the time. At the start, once we start the rotation, is always the pet resonance into finisher, which stacks Warmonger into full. You get the full 10 stacks like that at the start of the fight. So it's pretty easy set to work with. So let's start with that. Quickly reset into combo. So 5 and then finisher. You get your 10 stacks immediately. 494. 515. Oh, I think that is good. That's a good one. 501. 495. Okay, so for Filth and Warmonger, we managed to pick at 515 mil. That is our pick. So I'm gonna just swap this out pretty quickly into Apocalypse, just the exact same Filth. Where is the Apocalypse talisman? There you go. 476. 492. 497. Ooh, that is the highest I've managed to get with this. I can't get any higher than that. So we're gonna record for Filth and Apocalypse set. We did get 497 mil. That's actually pretty decent. So we're gonna now swap out from the Apocalypse into Fate. So let's go the Fate tally and the Fate seal. So it is Filth and Fate. Let's see how well this one does. 447. Oof, for all that work. Ooh, that is bad. 426. 457. That is the highest I've managed to get. So we're gonna say 457 for that is for Filth with Fate. 457 mil. Okay, so what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna swap into Famine. So Famine, and then I'm gonna try. Let's start out Famine and Fate and see how that one goes. So I'm not gonna do so many of these because oh my fingers. So let's do a couple of the okay. So let's do Famine and Fate. Then the next one I'm just gonna do like pretty quickly because my fingers are very tired. So let's go in. So for Famine, we're changing the rotation just a little bit. So it's 1 1 2 2, and then the big hitting skills are here. Which also oh wait, Famine. Okay, wait a minute. Okay, now for these 2 sets to work correctly or within each other is for Famine, I do need to use 4 skills that are not that hard hitting, which are my 1 and 2. I have 1 1 2 2, and then the burst skills are on C and Q. For Fate skill, for Fate set, I mean, it's gonna shackle one of my slots, and if it shackles 1 or 2, then I'm kinda cooked and I'm kind of forced to use the pet to remove the shackle, and that kind of starts the best burst phase on the Fate set a little earlier than I want it to be. So yeah, there is that a little bit of a mismatch there, but you know what, we can make it work. Just as long as it doesn't shackle 1 or 2, we should be okay, but it's not the end of the world even if it does. So ideally I want to do 1 1 and then 2 2 and then immediately I am gonna resonance and pet into finisher, and the finisher should take should use the bonuses from the Fate set, the big 15% skill multiplier. And then after that we should be okay. So let's just hope it doesn't shackle 1 or 2. So 1 that one's fine, see, and then resonance pet into big ulti, and then now we can do the rest of the skills normally. 367. Okay, let's do another one. Oh, okay, that's shackled 2. Now the question is, do I use 2? I can still use it. It's gonna scorch me, but I can still use it, I guess. It's still fine. It's still fine. Okay. $364. It's very consistent there. 384. Yeah, I knew this was a good run. Yeah, that was like almost the perfect RNG I could have gotten on that one. 384. Now this one is Famine, right? So Famine is a little bit interesting. What do we do with the calculation at the end? Because I don't know how the additional damage, the damage bonus is going to be applied using the Famine set plus the Apocalypse, right? Is it Famine and Apocalypse? No, Famine and Fate, I mean, right? So if we got 384 mil, but this is with the Fate seal, the Fate seal and Talisman combo, but we are missing that 16% from the Famine. Now I'm not so sure if we are just going to multiply the exact same way, but just if someone knows a better way of doing it, just please write down in the comment section below so that we can know. But we're going to do it just the way we did the other one, which we're going to multiply this one by 0.92 to remove the first 8%, like, so that we can get the kind of real number in quotes. I put that in a big quotes. So the final one will be 353 mil, and then we're going to multiply the 353 mil with a 1.24 to simulate the entirety of the Famine set, yours and also for your other teammates, and that will put the final number into 438 mil. So 438 mil for that one. Now this is very similar to the Filth and Apocalypse, right? Filth and Fate did 457 mil. No, I mean Filth and Fate. Yeah, Filth and Fate did 457 mil. Famine and Fate did 438 mil. But it looks like I'm correct. I feel like I'm very correct with the mathematics this time. This is much more accurate if I'm not wrong. So, but yeah, if for any mathematicians in the chat, in the comment section, feel free to correct us on this one. So yeah, so for Famine and Fate, we're going to record that we got a peak of 438. Now let's quickly swap out this into Apocalypse and then see how Famine and Apocalypse do. I'm going to start doing this like extremely quickly because I've been here for like 2 hours, almost 3 hours now. But yeah, I need to stop doing so many runs on this. So let's try it out and see. Is this did I swap it out? Yeah. So Famine and Apocalypse. I don't need to do anything special for Apocalypse. Yeah, this one just works on its own. So just the normal rotation for Famine and we should be good. So let's go. 1 1 2 2. Oh, with Famine I can actually do 2 ultis. 397. 403. Okay, that is the highest I can get. I'm so greedy. Okay, 403 on this one. So this is much higher than Fate, like much higher. So here we have to get the calculator again, and then 403 mil is our initial one. We're gonna remove the 8% that you're getting from Famine so far on your own. So the base damage will be around 370, and then we're gonna multiply this one to assume you have all the teammates. So with all the teammates, it will be a whole 24%. So we're gonna multiply with that, and the final number is 459. So around 460. So let's say 460 mil for Famine and the Apocalypse set. Now let's quickly swap this out. Put this in the second screen. Let's now put in where is our Warmonger? Warmonger set. Now you guys are seeing how white is taking me too long to make these beats. Oh no. Okay, so is it like, did I put the correct one? It should be 2x Warmonger. Yeah. So Warmonger also kind of works on its own. You just need the pet to always upkeep the stigmata stacks. So let's quickly go in and then see how this one goes. As long as it gets more than 367 on the base, we should be fine. It should be the strongest, I guess. I mean, so let's start. Oh, it's Famine, so it's still 1 1 2 2 and then the rest. So 1 1 2 2 and then we can do the rest. Oh, we'll be able to do a second ultimate with this skill, with this set actually, with this combination. Second ulti. Yeah. 440 with the second ulti is extremely high. Ooh, that is extremely high. Then I can do a last C. Last 138. Yeah, it's very consistent. This one will definitely go close to Filth and Warmonger. Let's see. So 438 mil. Let's get back the calculator. We need this to hit 515 for it to be very similar to the Filth and Warmonger one. So 438 mil. 438 mil. Multiply this by 0.92 to remove the 8%. So that's the base one. And then we're going to multiply this one by 1.24. And that hits 499. So around 500 mil base. So Famine and Warmonger, they hits 500 mil. Very close to the Filth one. Filth hit 550 mil. So they're very, very similar, right? Very, very similar. Wait, where was I getting the cooldown from? Warmonger gives cooldown? Yeah, it has CDR there. Okay, yeah. That's why you do get you do get like 50 CDR there and 30 there. So yeah, it makes sense. And then attack speed is super good for MAGIBLADE as well. Super good. So yeah, Famine and Warmonger did 500 mil. We're gonna record that as its peak. Famine and Fate did 438, and then Famine and Apocalypse did 460. So Famine and Warmonger is the strongest so far. Now, should I do Annihilation? Okay, I'm just gonna swap into Annihilation, but only one test. I am very, very tired. So Annihilation set, as soon as the weakest one at the start, the weakest one, and then I'm going to Annihilation and Warmonger, and then Annihilation and then just one test, just a quick one. This will be a very, very quick one. I'm just gonna skip everything and just show you the results. 453 mil. Oh, Annihilation plus Warmonger. 453 mil. So that is 453 mil. Swap out to Fate. So Fate and Annihilation. This is the annoying set. I don't like Fate at all. I don't like Fate at all. 420. So 420 for Annihilation and Fate. So let's quickly swap out from Annihilation. Let's go to Annihilation and Apocalypse. Where is it? Apocalypse and Apocalypse. That should also work on its own. And then for Annihilation and Apocalypse, 441. They're very, very similar. So Annihilation and Fate, 420. Annihilation and Apocalypse, 441. And then Annihilation and Warmonger, 453. So that is what we're gonna do with the Annihilation set. It's not even close to what we're getting with Filth, with like 515, and then Filth Apocalypse is like 497. So yeah, it's not even close. Okay, so now from this point on, I'm tired. From this point on, I'm just gonna do a little bit of mix and match. So a small disclaimer as well, I wanna fix something I said in the Berserker video, is you can mix and match all of these sets and they are going to activate your 5 class set. So for example, Filth Necklace, Filth Ring, Filth Bracers, Famine Necklace. And then here you can do like a Warmonger, Talisman, and Apocalypse Seal. And you're going to get the entire 5 class set effect. Even though you don't get to see it, it is active in the background. Just as long as you have not activated your Filth or maybe your Famine, it's not activated, your Apocalypse here not activated, and Warmonger not activated. As long as each of these pieces has not activated their full set, you are going to be able to get the entire 5 class set effect. But they're not really that strong, to be honest. I haven't found a class that does well with a combination like this, but you know what, let's try it out. So yeah, this is one of the very common combos, like Filth Ring, Filth Bracers, and then Apocalypse, and then Warmonger here. So we're gonna try this combo and just see if we can get anywhere. So I'm not gonna do so many of it. What we are trying to aim for, the highest you have managed to get is 515, and that was filled with Warmonger. So now you're gonna try it out. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna do Field was the strongest, right? So I'm just going to do Field like this, but with Apocalypse and Warmonger, and see if we can manage to get any higher than 515 by a reasonable margin. And then we're gonna see, and I'm gonna try if we can get it at the first try, because if you get it at the first try, then it means it's a little bit stronger. So this is the combination of Warmonger and Apocalypse. So let's go in and try it out. $464. 462. So yeah, it's not. Yeah, we got like 515 with a full set Warmonger, so it's not really that good on this class. But I'm gonna swap out to Fate, Seal of Fate. Where's the Seal of Fate? Yeah, let's quickly do one run with the Seal of Fate and see if that changes anything. $453. We got 453 mil. So War and Apocalypse gets you 462 mil. War and Fate gets you 453. So just like 10 mil. So it's very similar, to be honest, within margin of error. However, with the full set of Warmonger, we got 515. So that's much higher. So after this, I'm just gonna do, for the sake of science, let's do the mix and match thing. So let's put Apocalypse there, but just keep in mind this is gonna be lower, so no full field. So let's do this. So I'm gonna do this combination of one necklace of Filth, Bracers of Filth, and then the Ring of Annihilation, and then the combo of Apocalypse and Warmonger. Now, for people who are doing this combination, most of them really want to stick to their class set. So I am just going to try it like this, because if you are doing a combination, you most likely just want your full class set 5 out of 5. So we're gonna try out this combo, and then I'm gonna quickly go into the Famine necklace and then try a quick combo, and then we're gonna see how this one how this one does. So let's go. $441. So 441, and that is the mix and match. So just account for like my own player, just account for my own skill and add even 20k on 20 mil on that, and you should be at around 460 on that mix and match set, right? So let's swap into like Famine there, and then 2x, because this one can't work alone, like the ring can't work alone. So let's try out this combo. Okay, reset. 448. 448. So this combo 448, the previous combo we got 444. So they are very similar. So these are the necklace of Filth, but this with the ring and Annihilation. Very, very similar results. So I believe that is it for today for this testing. This one took a little bit longer than I was, because I actually had to learn the class from scratch. I've never really played MAGIBLADE. So far, the Field set with the Warmonger set, like this, did the most damage at 515 mil. So that was the highest. And then the next one, which was very close, was actually the Famine set, right? With the Warmonger set, which did 500 mil. So that was very, very similar. And I do believe in longer fights, the Famine should do really well as well, but also the Field in longer fights is super good. It is super, super good. Because with the Field set, remember, once you apply the poison, the stacks are permanent if you have the 3-piece Field. So they will always be on the boss even if the boss fizzes out. So keep that in mind. So that's really, really good when it comes to the Filth set. And then the third close one was the Filth and the Apocalypse. So this, but now we just swap this into Apocalypse like this, was the next one with 497 mil. This was very, very close to Famine and the Warmonger, so keep that in mind. So Apocalypse and Filth did for Apocalypse and Filth. So this was Filth, right? So Apocalypse and Filth did 497 mil. After that, the one that was very close to the 497 million was the 3-piece Filth, but now with the Warmonger Talisman and Apocalypse Seal, which got 462. But then after that, things start dropping down, because now it's filled with Fate at 457, and then going down Famine, things like that. Annihilation was very low, getting 453 Annihilation set, like so. Annihilation set was very, very low. Where's the ring? Annihilation set with any combination of this was very low. It was 453 mil as the highest, and then 441, and then 420. That is for Fate, Apocalypse, and Warmonger, like that. So it was not really a really good set on the MAGIBLADE. Now, I don't expect these sets to interact with the class armors, or also these armors, the way I selected them like this, have no synergy between them. So it was just basic stats, right? And maybe like some damage bonuses by movement speed and things like that. So very, very small minor discrepancies on that. But once you put in your 3-piece cavalry, you should be getting a lot of extra bonus damage. And if you combine that with the Filth and the Warmonger, I do believe we're going to be doing a lot of damage. So that is my findings. Please feel free to discuss this down there. I'm just going to give you guys some space to discuss your MAGIBLADE things. I am a Warlock main, so if I did anything wrong, my rotations are kind of scuffed probably, but at least they were scuffed all through. So I did not like change it at all in any of the testing. So it should be the same for all. And again, I always say this is not a rotation video. It's just a DPS video. So yeah, thanks guys for watching. I do believe this has helped you. I hope it has helped you. And then I'm gonna see you guys on the next one. We are gonna go through all the classes. Some will take me a little bit longer because I actually have to learn the class before I make a video about it. So it takes me like a day, a couple of hours or so. Some are easier, some are harder. MAGIBLADE is a little harder, but yeah. But yeah, I hope this has helped you. If you like this, please like the video and subscribe. And I guess I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.